We've been wanting to do multimedia projects here at the Globe for a long time, and this was sort of a good way to break into it. That's the way the kids that we're covering communicate. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they live on their iPhones, they're sitting at graduation tweeting to each other. So we thought that the best way to give people an idea of who these kids are is to tap into the communication channels that they use so regularly. I mean, we looked at Will Norton, who is an avid tweeter, I guess you would call it, and you can follow his entire life. His entire senior year up to graduation is all on his Twitter page. And it was very interesting to get to know him as a student as opposed to as a victim of the May 22nd tornado. It would have been the big story that Monday if the tornado hadn't happened. You know, we had lots of photos, lots of coverage. We didn't use any of it. We spent, the entire 2 weeks after that dealing with the tornado. Those kids were kind of robbed of the coverage that they normally would have had. Not to mention they were sort of robbed of their graduation day. One of the big things we wanted to do was get back to giving them the graduation coverage that they would have had. Obviously it won't be the same, but it still gives them that acknowledgement. And we got to bring in that element of them having to share their graduation with the tornado. Most of these kids have incredible stories about, I got my diploma and then this happened. So we wanted to give the community not only the coverage of the graduation that they never saw, but to sort of tie together, one of the biggest events ever to happen in this town with their graduation. I do think that I've taken away maybe more of an emotional attachment to this project in that, this was my school. I do know these kids, and my sister is one of them. They didn't get the coverage they deserved and are always going to have to share their graduation with the storm. Being able to do this project is sort of a proactive way to deal with the loss of that part of our community.